you say you were in a drug-induced coma. Do you know what your specific traumatic injuries were?
No. I just know I hit my head here, but the blood pooled on this side, so it killed like all the nerves, everything on this side. So that's why I have left side neglect, and that's why I have trouble, with my lungs, trying to make the right breath, and that's why I had to learn how to talk again, to know when to take the right breaths to talk and everything like that.
Did they do any brain surgery on you?
No.
Did they put a cranial pressure monitor in?
No.
All right. Were you on a trach?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Now, when you say you were in a drug-induced coma, were you unconscious before they put you in that?
Yeah, I believe so.
So your coma may have lasted longer because of the drugs, but it was still initially caused by the trauma.
I assume it was, yeah.
Have you looked at your medical records?
Not exactly, no.
Okay. Might be useful to see the discharge summary from the original trauma center. Your accident happened where?
En route, I-90 going towards Worcester from Leominster, Mass, so south.
And it was on the interstate.
Yes.
And where did they take you initially?
They life flighted me right to UMass Memorial in Worcester.
All right. So UMass has a trauma center in Worcester.
Yeah, ICU. Yeah.
And you were there the entire time you were in the coma.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The memory you described for us of thinking you're in Maine at your friend's beach house, you would have still been at UMass at that time?
No. Well, yeah, UMass. I thought you meant where I went to college, but no, UMass, the hospital. Yes,
hospital. Okay. Right after that, they transferred you to rehab.
Yes.
Where was the rehab?
Spalding in Boston, Mass.
All right. And you were at Spalding for how long?
2 months. 2 months of inpatient rehab.
Now, do you have a memory of the beginning of your rehab at Spalding?
Yeah, I do. Right when I got there, they had me sit up in my bed and I couldn't even hold myself up. I slopped back down. I had no muscles, no core strength.
Now, I know from reading some of the stuff you have online that you actually have logs through much of the period of time in your recovery. Is that correct?
Yeah. My entire college career, I wrote everything down.
When did you start doing your logs?
The first month of freshman year in college.
So you wouldn't have logs then of the period of time in the 6 months after your injury?
No. No.
Did you do any logs when you went back and did your senior year at high school?
Yep.
Did you have any logs during that period?
No, I wrote my college essay to get into college, and that was all based on my coma, my rehab, so that's the only thing really. And yeah.
So now when you are talking to me about the memories that you have when you get transferred to rehab, and do you know what day you went to rehab?
No. It was a month after April 19th.
So would your friends have still been in school?
Yeah, they were.
The baseball season wasn't over yet?
No, I missed it. Yeah.
So your memories of rehab are good, and that's a month after your wreck.
Yeah.
Then, do you have... the reason I ask these questions, I always try to assess the extent and length of amnesia. And amnesia isn't just start, end, the first time you remember anything. For example, you go to have this memory of waking up and being confused, and then have a very cluttered memory for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks where you remember a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Do you think you have continuous memory, meaning do you remember almost everything from a day beginning when you get to Spalding, or is it a little bit of this, a little bit of that for a while.
I'm sure I do forget things that had happened to me, but for the most part, I remember a great deal of it.